Calvin, tell us about how you jumped from a corporate life into a world of spices and snacks.
Well, it started off in 2015 when I was actually in a bank. I was actually a banker for a very good 13 years. And I think the long hours and lack of job satisfaction made me took a step back and reflect on my what I wanted to do in life at that point of juncture. So basically, well, I think it was after a phone call with the meeting with our Singapore HQ. I think the day after that, I've sent in my leave application for about a month, right, to take a step back and just to reflect. So basically, I think.
Hang on a minute. Let me just ask you:
Yeah.
Did you go on holiday because of the meeting with HQ in Singapore, or was it just accidental timing?
It was actually very good timing, but it was also
Right.
part of the triggering point, I would say, right? So I took a month off, roughly a month's day off, and well, I took some time to really reflect on what I did over the past 13 years and also what I wanted to do for the rest of my life. And one thing really popped up into my mind where I wanted something that made me really, really happy. And memories of me, my family, going back to Seremban, my parents' hometown, right? And
my hometown too.
Gosh, really?
Yes, I'm a Seremban girl. Yep.
Ah, right. So you would actually know that there's a very very established A&W at there's a lake over there.
Yes.
And there will be an uncle over there who's continuously selling kacang putih.
Yes.
So well, basically the history actually started with us going back every weekend and buying a packet of pagoda or this kacang putih. And we became very very close with the uncle, whereby we just drive by and he would just know what we wanted off the cuff.
How often do you buy that?
Every single weekend for
Right.
a very good 20 years.
Wow. Okay.
Wow,
very
so,
consistent.
So that was like the family sort of like weekend trip. No weekend was complete without Uncle Kacang Putih.
Right.
Yeah, yes. So that was one particular time whereby I've always remembered, four of us in the family, each of us having a packet of kacang putih. At the time they were still using newspapers and those telephone directory.
Yeah.
The cone.
Yes,
roll it up, right? Yeah.
Yes. So well, basically that really made me think about what I wanted to do for the rest of my life. And well, I've just thought that let's just try something. And that's actually how I just jumped from something which I was very familiar for 13 years to something which I have no idea whatsoever.
When you say try something, like, did you have it in your mind? Did you like wake up in the middle of the night and go, Muruku? I've got it. Yo la tengo, as the Spaniards say. Like, how did that happen? What was it, and how did you like decide on it?
Well, I think the exact moment came about when I actually rummaged through my father's belongings. In fact, he actually passed away in 2009.
Okay.
So there was actually a pile of his belongings that was still left in the room. So I sort of like rummaged through, and all of a sudden I saw this one recipe that was actually given by the uncle, this kacang putih uncle, and it just like came into my mind. And look, I'm now figuring what to do in the next course of my life, and here is a recipe just staring at me. So
wait, why did the kacang putih uncle give your family the recipe?
Did you guys steal it from him or something?
Well, basically, we were always purchased from him for very good 20 odd years. So that came to one point of time whereby he just told us, uncle's very old, no one's taking up after me. And I'm thinking, since you love Muruku so much, here's one recipe. So he basically gave us one recipe for us to have and to enjoy.
To basically wow your house guest with. He never thought you're going to build an enterprise on it and not give him a dime, right?
Well, we actually bought it from him.
I see.
I see. Okay.
Bought it from him.
Yeah, wondering it.
Oh no. Well, basically, we were really that close. That's why the brand name Kacang Macha came about. When my father would just drive by, and wind down the window, and then the uncle would just say Kacang Macha.
All
So
right.
that's how it came about. You see.
I
Wow.
see.
Yeah.
Okay, so you sort of went away on holiday and did what a lot of people probably wouldn't do, which was ask yourself some very serious, hard-hitting questions. Not just what do I want to do with my life, but the more important one, what used to make me happy? I think that's a question people should ask themselves more. And you come up with this crazy idea when you find it's like one of these kids' books where you open up into a magical new world because you found this, in this case, magical recipe, right? What did your wife and family think about this seemingly rash decision in a change of career?
There was actually a lot of reaction, but of course, to Bali put it, many of them would say opposed to the idea. In the first place, they find it very difficult to comprehend why we would actually be selling kacang putih.
Right.
So of course there's a lot of resistance, and to some point, we were actually spending a lot of time. In fact, I think we took about 3 years to convince them that, look, this is a business which is very viable, and we are doing something which we are very proud of, selling Malaysian products over. So yeah.
So this was 3 years whilst you were setting up the company. 3 years, over that 3 years first initial period, you were still trying to convince them.
Yes.
Are they convinced now?
Partly yes. Of
Right.
course. Well, because they still find it very hard to comprehend why I would leave a banking line, and
Mm.
my wife's from the hotel line, so we are both from, in that sense, stable positions.
Yeah.
Mm.
To come into something which we totally have no idea.
Okay.
So yeah, so it's
Working for peanuts, literally.
Yeah.
literally yes.
Yes. Okay, so tell us what your startup looked like. Your startup setup. How much money did you have? Did you do it from home?
Did you get investors?
Well, to start it up, we were a little bit crazy or naive in that sense. What we really did was that we thought that, look, we want to do Muruku, it has to be in a factory, and hence we rented ourselves a factory, right? With initial seed capital of about 30,000. That's from well, ironically, that's actually from both sides of the family,
Mm.
you know.
Also, they
And
loan it to you, or they
They-
pumped it in as investors.
they loan it to us.
All right. Okay.
So they thought you
Yeah.
guys were idiots, but they still gave you money. That's love.
Yes, that's love. That's
Okay.
really love.
Okay.
So, well, basically 30,000. We rented a factory, and of course, we didn't really have an idea of how to manufacture Muruku apart from eating it. So with 30,000, we quickly found out that 30,000 isn't really enough to set up any factory,
Yeah.
or let alone run the operations.
Yeah.
So what we initially did was that we started off with a small wok, a small fryer, and day by day, month by month, we built. We got a contractor who was actually kind enough to help us build wall by wall. So
Like a Lego set, section by section.
something exactly like that. It's very, very funny. I mean, looking back, of course, it's funny, but at that point of time, with the limited cash flow that we have, I always remembered it was always this month. Okay, we have funds for this wall. Okay, next month the other wall. So we managed to build our first production room after 4 months or so.
Why didn't you just start it from home? Why did you have to set up in a factory?
Especially since you had one wok.
One walk. Yeah.
Well, I think, like I said just now, it could be a blessing, or it could be a curse, having no particular knowledge in this industry. What we wanted to do at that point of time was that we wanted a product that is certifiable, right? Meaning that the product is certifiable halal, and the factory itself is certifiable with the necessary food standards.
Right. Okay. So you wanted to go legit above board because you were selling it internationally. Was that your plan?
Yes, actually that was our end game.
Got it.
Oh, I see. So I see. So if it's locally and then you want to do it at home and you're selling to like the taman or whatever, it's fine. But if you're gonna export, you need to have a lot of different kinds of certifications.
Yes, yes, you're right.
Okay.
I see. So now, your wife, is she 100% invested in it? Or the family, do both sides come into the factory and help you work and everything?
Well, basically, it's my wife and I.
Oh, still.
Yes, the reason is being, I think, because the distance from both families are actually quite far in terms of geological reasons.
Right. But
And
she's
that,
definitely, I believe in this product. I believe in this company. This is your wife saying like, I love Muruku. That's why I'm in it. Or is it just because she loves you and she's like,
No
I'm,
choice.
I'm just gonna go with the flow, lah.
well, I think you have that point. You know, she basically loves, but loves me more than
Right,
the
right,
product.
right.
So
Got it.
she's actually so-called, I would say caught into it, but she really got into it.
Right.
Yeah.
But of course, I'm very thankful because without her, there's really only so much I can do.
There'd only be one of you to fry the wok. Yeah.
I don't think
That's-
you've got more than one walk nowadays. Please tell me you have more than one walk.
well, we still have one walk, but it's a much bigger walk.
Okay.
It's a centralized walking
Right.
system.
Oh,
Right.
Okay. So Morocco is like air to Malaysians, right? A seemingly saturated market. Why did you choose Morocco of all things?
okay. First
Because
of
kacang
all,
putih is a lot of different varieties, different styles
Yeah.
of things, right? It's like for anyone who's not Malaysian, it's like a generalized term of crispy fried sort of snacks.
next,
Is that what you say?
Yeah. Yeah.
So why Morocco?
well, first and foremost, I think the main reason was for me to remember something about my father. And the other thing was that I always feel that the snack market is for Malaysian products has always been underserved, meaning that there's a lot of countries out of Malaysia that really doesn't know what Muruku is or Kacang Putih is. So on the other hand, a lot of our, I would say, younger generation would go wild over products from Thailand, from Korea, from Japan. So this is something which I feel that there is a need to tell, well, the younger generations and also the world outside that Malaysia has a very good snack and it can stand shoulder to shoulder with any other snacks you can find in the world.
Got it. So basically, progressive Muruku.
Would say so, yes. Innovative, yes.
Innovative, yeah. Pop
Yeah.
culture Muruku. A Muruku that moves within the times.
Yeah.
I'll just stop there right now.
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay. So this Muruku recipe, this was from your kacang uncle, right?
Yes.
The kinds that you're making now, because we had a look on your website and stuff, and there seems to be a plethora of different flavors there. Did you make those up? I mean, where did the recipes come from? Who develops those?
Well, we literally made them up in that sense. Well, when we first had the recipe, it was a very traditional Muruku. So what we really did was that we just manufactured the traditional Muruku for about a very good 3 years. Then about 2 or 3 years back, someone actually came to us when we had an exhibition in China, and it was actually a small boy, and he just sort of told us that I can't really understand this product, but can you make it more modern or something like that? So we took a leaf from that, and what we did was that when we went back, we sat down and think, well, Muruku is traditional. What if we actually innovate a traditional recipe into a more modern product that is more in line with the current trend? So that's how we have the modern series.
Right. But basically the cracker itself, the Muruku itself stays the same, right? But it's just what flavors you put, because the original one is just mainly Indian spices.
Correct.
Right.
Yes.
So
You're right.
it's spicier, but then this one is because you got like sour cream and onion, and you've also got like all the barbecue flavors and everything.
And you got cheese flavor.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
saw cheese flavored
Yes.
Muruku.
Yeah. But
Yes.
Muruku on its own, what is it really?
Well, basically, Muruku is a mixture of course, the main ingredients are actually rice, dal flour, and mixed with spices.
Right.
So basically,
Ooh.
that's a traditional Muruku that we have.
Okay.
So it's gluten free.
It is gluten free, and of
Ah.
course, right now, our existing products there's gluten free. Even the seasoning itself are natural, so
Mhm.
there's no artificial coloring whatsoever in the seasoning
Even
itself.
with the new modern flavors.
Yes, in fact, we have even we don't even put in MSG into the product.
My goodness. So all that good flavor is literally all that good flavor.
Oh yes,
So how long does it take you to develop each taste? Because like I could imagine sour cream and onion tastes very different from curry.
yes, for sure. I think we were quite fortunate. Our R&D team was very hands on and very experienced. So each flavor took us about a very good 3 months or so to develop.
Each
And
flavor. Wow. Okay.
yes, yes, because first of all, my wife doesn't really take much fried food,
Hmm.
so for her, it has to be very good in terms of taste.
Mm.
So of course, she's everything has
Particular?
got to pass through her. Yeah.
She's
She's
the ultimate
particular.
QC, lah, right?
Yeah.
Oh yes, for sure.
Right.
You see that laugh? Yeah, that's that laugh tells
Basically,
a lot.
she's like, look, dude, I love you. I'm in it for the long haul, but this fried food stuff is really not me. It better be good. Is it?
Yes.
Okay, well, at this juncture, before moving forward, I'd just like to offer myself and JD up for tasters if you need tasters.
Yes, we will be the
Mm.
QC.
We'll help. We're willing to help a friend. Calvin, you're a really good friend of ours now if you give us a job of tasters. But anyway, moving on. Let's talk about the pandemic because that's, sidelined everybody to
Yes.
some degree, right? How did the pandemic affect your business?
Well, I guess this pandemic has not spared anyone, but for
Okay, this pandemic has not spared anyone yet. We get back
Yeah.
to that. Yeah.
right. So basically, during this pandemic, where most of our customers are around the tourist areas, tourist spots, and as we know, these tourist areas have been closed since March last year. So what happened was that they had to close down, and they've just asked us to either return the stock back to us, or we leave it there until the pandemic is over, which of course will take at least another year or so.
Yeah.
Right.
So what happened was that we took it back, and we told them that, look, if it's getting better, you can have the stocks back, newer stocks back. So that was actually one of them, and we also actually supply to airline caterers. Of course, as we know, most of the flights were grounded.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So unfortunately, there were a lot of payments that were dragged. In
Mm.
fact, I think there were some that's a little bit more than a year, even.
So what kind of losses did you guys have to take?
Well, we would say that last year hit us quite significantly. We
Mm.
lost about 30% revenue.
Wow.
Yeah,
That's a
but
big
that's
chunk.
this but yeah, but we were very fortunate because our policy of keeping all our employees together. So although there was no particular additional staffs, but all of us managed to be working as normal, salary as normal, everything is as normal.
Really? Wow.
Well, I just need to applaud you for that because that's bravo. In such a small outfit where you were impacted so much, the
Yeah.
fact that you managed to keep all your staff, on and full salary, that's commendable massively. Even if that extra staff was just your wife, but
Yeah.
that's okay.
But is
No, that was a joke. We're cutting that out there.
is bringing back stocks standard, because I don't know the snack industry, right? Generally, like, is that out of the ordinary for you to actually take back your stock? And there's got to be some expiry date and everything. What do you do with all that?
Well,
Send it to LITE.
Yeah.
what actually happened was that we have taken it upon ourselves to say that yes, usually we do not really collect returnables, but then because everyone's affected, so
Right.
what we did was that okay, out of a gesture of goodwill, we'll take it back, we will refund back all the money, and well, we were also quite fortunate in that sense that we have a few charitable bodies where we actually donated these products over to. Like recently, I mean, it was last year. I think in Sabah, we have actually sent over, I think, about a very good 3-4 pallets of our products, which we have actually
Wow.
collected back. So it's a way, it's our own way of giving back to the frontliners in that way.
Yeah. And
I
also, you
love
don't need to
that.
go to waste.
Yes, exactly.
Muruku is best served eaten.
Yes. Okay. All right. Hopefully the frontliners will go, okay. And you know what? It's healthy Morocco, right? Might as
Oh,
well
yes.
have some good times. All right.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, so we'd like to be able to help you a little bit with your marketing and make some noise. So as you may or may not know, if you're a Free Plug Friday listener, JD and I work super hard. Well, actually, JD composes it. And I'm the front star of
Yes,
our
yeah,
group.
yeah.
We're kind of like the Eurythmics, but we're like the Pandemics. Anyway, so we've made this for you. Hit it.
You know what I could really go for right now?
What?
A nice crunchy snack.
Crunch it. Crunch it good. Crunch it. Crunch it real good. What you need is something classic, but with bold modern flavors. Muruku! From curry, sour cream, onion to hot and spicy, and even barbecue flavors. Kacang Macha has it all.
But where can I get them?
Order online now at www.kacangmacha.com or call 03388842815.
Kacang Macha, the classic taste of Muruku with a modern twist.
Crunch it real good.
That's your ad.
Thank you.
And you can put it in all your socials and you can tell people you got it from us. And
You know, he's going to go dead quiet now. Kacang Macha is going to be like, and we'll be checking every day going, is he using our commercial?
Yeah.
And he'll be like, oh, sorry, we've got a technical glitch here.
we hope it helps, man.
Oh, it will most definitely, JD.
Fantastic. So like if people want to buy from you, how do they find Kacang Macha?
Well, online, you can actually find us at Lazada and Shopee stores,
Mhm.
and under our Facebook and Instagram under the store name Kacang Macha.
Okay.
Well, offline, you can always find us at most of the 7-Eleven stores in Semenanjung, Malaysia.
Right.
And the 03 number,
Yes,
is that an ordering depot
was that
or
a
something?
factory or something?
yes. Basically, that's our where we will actually get orders from that number.
That's his in-laws telephone number.
Right. Oh, yeah. Actually, speaking of which, the factory, right?
Yes.
Like, I'm dying to come over to just take a look at the first walk. Is it still around?
The first walk is still around. It's lying somewhere in the office. Of course, it's in an undisclosed area.
Right.
Secret.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it's momentous. I mean, to
It
look at
is.
there, right?
I'd love to go down and make a batch. I wonder whether or not if next time we're down in Strumban, we can come swing
Yeah.
by and just, you teach us how.
For sure.
Is the factory in Seremban?
No, the factory is actually in Klang.
Oh, wow.
Oh, that's
Okay.
too far.
Seremban is near, but Klang is too far. Okay.
Strumban's just down the road.
Oh my
Klang is
God.
like the other. I need a passport.
But you know what? We will come down. I want to check out that walk, and I want to. Asha's right. We want to cook up a batch, and also we want to test. Be your new testers.
For sure. I'll always welcome you.
Best of luck, Calvin. It's been an absolute blast talking to you. Send our regards to your wife, your better half, and keep on kacang macharing.
I will. Thank you.